experiences. To fully leverage its potential, we must ensure responsible development that prioritizes transparency, fairness, and collaboration. This will allow us to grow businesses while addressing ethical challenges and fostering sustainable innovation. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Shruti,
And I, Arpit,
welcome all guests from eminent corporates, dignitaries from KIIT University, respected faculty members, non-teaching members, and student participants to the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave on the theme Navigating Business Frontiers Through Generative Artificial Intelligence.
to start this occasion on an auspicious note, I request all the dignitaries to come to the stage and light the inaugural lamp. Thank you, dignitaries. I request our guests to kindly take their respective seats.
I request our keynote speaker for the day, Mr. Aurobindo to please come up on the stage.
I request my fellow students to please present a bouquet of flowers to our esteemed guest as a gesture of love.
Before we proceed, let us pause to hear a monumental version of our national anthem, which has been beautifully choired by 14,000 students of Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, accompanied by India's musical legends. This special rendition, conceptualized in association with KISS and crafted by three-time Grammy Award winner and renowned environmentalist Mr. Ricky Cage, has become a worldwide sensation. I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
This part of Bhubaneswar is home to two world-class universities, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology and Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, both founded by Professor Dr. Achyuta Samanta, a visionary social architect, humanitarian, philanthropist, and one of India's greatest educational leaders. Professor Samanta embarked on a social development mission in 1992, using education as a strategic medium to eradicate poverty. His immense contribution in the field of art, culture, literature, and education has fetched him over 200 national and international awards and 59 honorary doctorates from across the world.
Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences is world's first exclusive indigenous tribal university. It believes in education for all and provides free education to more than 30,000 children representing 62 tribes across India. It is a melting pot for diverse tribal cultures, heritage and languages. Amongst the various accolades it has achieved, it has been awarded with the Leadership Award by the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes and has been recognized with the highest honor in the world for literacy by the UNESCO International Literacy Prize 2022.
KIIT University, having more than 40,000 students from 65 countries, is India's first 5-star rated university in QS rank ratings of 2021. It was felicitated as one of India's most influential educational brand 2021 to 2022 at the 18th Asian Business and Social Forum. KIIT has been ranked 10th in India and 168th globally by the Times Higher Education Young University Rankings 2024. The university is currently ranked 15th among all universities by NIRF, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Recently, KIIT has been awarded with the prestigious special consultative status by the United Nations Economic and Social Council. This remarkable recognition places KIIT among an elite group of institutions worldwide, excelling not only in terms of education but also in sports and extracurriculars. 15 students from the university represented India in the Paris Olympics 2024, making it among the top universities in the country to be sending a large contingent of athletes.
KIIT School of Management, Bhubaneswar is one of the top B schools of India. It offers bachelor's, master's and PhD program in management. It has been awarded the Best B School of Orissa by the Times Business Award 2023. Its BBA program has been ranked second best in the country by the Times of India ranking 2024.
Our knowledge partner for this conclave is Contemporary, which deals with the knowledge and business solutions. It provides transformative solutions which will help the newest businesses cope up with present and future challenges in the areas of talent and human resource management.
I now request Professor Piyush Das, convener of the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave, to provide the opening remarks and set the stage for today's event. Sir, kindly address the gathering.
Hello. Thank you, Shruti and Arpit. Honorable Founder Dr. Achita Samant sir in absence here. Respected Vice Chancellor Professor Saranjit Singh sir. Honorable Keynote Speaker Mr. Arvind Nanda sir. Director of KSM Professor Subhakan Mohanty sir. Dean Madam Professor Sumita Mishra Ma'am. Respected Samir sir in absence here. Dr. Kumar Mohanty sir, dear team members, dear faculty colleagues, and dear students. I welcome you all to 5th National Business Analytics Conclave. Hopefully, we will have a great set of discussions. I know that we are running short of time, so quickly I will go through 2 to 3 slides to let you know about the generative AI and why did you choose this as our conclave theme. First, let me introduce business analytics as an area. We are offering around 15 courses. We are teaching around 11 tools across different domains, be it marketing analytics, supply chain analytics, HR analytics, or credit risk analytics. You name any tool, that's what we are teaching here. So why it is relevant for all of you? It did not mean that you have to take business analytics as a specialization. This is not a sales speech. But the point is, the way technology is moving forward, some part of technology integration has to happen across domains. The request to the industry leaders, like we are discussing in the yesterday evening, wherever possible we can collaborate in terms of projects, in terms of co-educate program, which will help us and our students to great extent. So that is something we will look forward from all of you. We have chosen the theme as generative AI. The idea is always we cannot be the spectators. Sometimes we have to get into the ring, we have to understand what is happening in the world. Most of us might have used ChatGPT just to get our assignments done or write our emails, but sometimes we have to understand what is happening in the behind screen. So keeping that in mind, we have chosen the theme generative AI. Within that we have 7 sub-themes cutting across different domains: financial forecasting, HR, use of analytic generative AI in HR, again getting little deep learning architectures, also into the ethical concerns, right? So if you look into the 7 sub-themes, all the 10 guests who are going to take sessions after this inaugural session, we are going to cover all those 7 themes. When I was a child, the transformer meant the left side picture. So anytime in the village somebody told transformer blown, me and my sister was very happy because parents won't tell us to study in the evening. But if you go ahead and search just transformer model in the Google right now, most probably you look into the right side picture. It might look very complex, but believe me, it is not. Once you start getting into the details of it, obviously there are a lot of mathematics, linear algebra, all those associated, a lot of coding, but the basic concept is still the play of probabilities. I'm not sure whether the last persons are able to see the screen. Once you start writing something in the chart GPT, it is just a sequence of probabilities. We might name it as a lot of technical frameworks like attention mechanism and all those things, but believe me, play of mathematics, play of probabilities, if you start reading that, it is going to help you. Then the question is why? Most of the time, we underestimate the impact of technology. The way technology is changing, even the greatest of the industry leaders, economists, never predicted the success of certain technologies. So I'll end my session with a quote. Either we are at the table or on the menu. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. I now invite Professor Dr. Subhakanta Mohanty, Director, KIIT School of Management, to welcome the guests. Professor Subhakanta Mohanty holds a PhD in Applied Economics and Marketing from the University of Reading. Sir, can you welcome him?
Good morning to one and all. Honorable Founder, Dean and Case Professor Dr. Achyuta Samant in absence here. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dean of University Professor Sanjay Singh. Esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Aravind Ananda, Chief Operating Officer. Professor Sunita Mr. Dean of MBA Program. Professor Piyush Das, Convener of Business Analytics, KONCLAVE. Of the dais, we have Professor Biswajit Sahu, Director General of Computer Science. Professor Kumar Mohanty, Director, Industry Engagement Corporate Relations. My dear Dean BBA Program, Professor Subhasis Bose. All my esteemed faculty members, Corporate Relations team, esteemed speakers, Ms. Anupriya Naik, Ms. Sagun Prakash, Mr. Amitabh Das Mahapatra, Mr. Manish Gupta, Mr. Anand Jena, Mr. Srinivas Lingam, Mr. Amit Khanna, Mr. Amit Gupta, Mr. Siddharth Das, Mr. Jasuvardhan Sawari. My dear students, I, on behalf of KIIT School of Management, extend a warm greetings and a hearty welcome to all the eminent speakers. And I welcome you for the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave. And we know that the data scientists and the data analysts, with the help of generative AI, consistently create an advantage for the organization in reference to faster and better informed decisions, single window view of information, enhanced customer service, developing new content, similar to identify risk. Navigating business frontiers with generative AI can unlock numerous opportunities in the area of primarily product development, marketing and personalization, sales optimization, predictive analytics, risk management, and so on. By harnessing generative AI, business can not only streamline operations but also innovate and create more personalized experiences. As technology evolves, those who adapt quickly will likely lead the pack in their respective industries. The conclave is meant to deliberate, discuss, disseminate the best practices on how to exceed the expectation of the consumers in the current world and stay ahead of the curve. I am confident that the discussions on navigating business frontiers using generative AI will be a catalyst for innovative ideas and collaborative solutions. Let us embark on this intellectual journey together, exploring the frontiers of business analytics in the age of this disruption. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Today, we are pleased to have with us Professor Dr. Saranjeet Singh, Vice Chancellor, KIIT Deemed to be University. Professor Saranjeet Singh holds a PhD in Production Engineering from VIT Mehta. Sir, kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, student volunteers. I'm happy I'm back here again. Yesterday I was also here in this auditorium for a welcome function happening for our undergraduate BBA program. Just for the information of all the esteemed distinguished guests who have come here. This happens to be one of the foremost and one of the most beautiful campus of KIT. And this is one of the oldest rather infrastructure within the history of KIT. And we are still trying to maintain it. I mean, our honorable founder wanted to have a lot of changes, but we said, okay, we can continue with what we have. It has a different vibe altogether. It is the oldest auditorium as such of university. We have more than 10 auditoriums, all bigger than this. But anyways, very good morning to one and all. Esteemed chief keynote speaker of today's inaugural session of this National Business Analytics Conclave, the 5th edition, and one of the cherished son of the soil, who has acclaimed a lot of laurels for our state as well, not only staying outside of the state, but also staying here in Bhubaneswar. I have been connected with the company since I think almost a decade now, Professor Kumar, and we have been very keenly following along. I was just chatting with very esteemed Mr. Amir Nandani, who is the CEO of Campus Minds. He is also the co-founder. So, I mean, they have grown pretty well, pretty big, but of course, they still have a fire and appetite. And he said that internally they have set up some targets which they will achieve by 2030, 31 or so. So God bless you also, God bless the team. I'm sure you will attain whatever targets you have set for the businesses. And in that journey, if you feel so, that as a part of the triple helix of innovation, the academia also comes in as one of the helixes, we will happy to partner with you. So on behalf of our honorable founder, Professor Dr. Ajus Samukar, on behalf of management of both the universities, KIT and KISS, and the entire teaching fraternity of KIT and KISS, as well as especially the teaching fraternity and staff members of School of Management, I welcome the chief guest and the keynote speaker, Mr. Ravindra Nandani, in this inaugural ceremony. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Let me just read out some of the names which I was able to meet, and some people who have been knowing since long, and I've been meeting quite often. And our privilege of just reading out some of those esteemed, distinguished panelists who have come all the way from different parts of the country, coming and representing some of the fab organizations which you are coming from. To start with, I can see Mr. Amitabh Das Mahapatradi, Vice President Engineering Chubb. Chubb has an office also in Bhubaneswar. We have been in deep discussions with you. Thank you so much. Manish Gupta, I just met, and VP Technology Data and AI, Vastatech. Mr. Anand Jena, MD Productivity, and Anand, we have been meeting quite often. Thank for all the patronization. Mr. Srinivas Lingam, CEO Centrico. Yeah, thank you, sir, for joining us. Mr. Amit Khanna, partner PwC. Thank you, sir. Mr. Siddharth Das, Head Procurement and Digital Data Team. Mr. Amit Gupta, Sasigal sir, thank you for coming here. Amritsar Connections. So, Vice President, Head of Rules Risk Analytics, Mr. Anupriya Nayak, Senior Product Manager, Andhra.ai, Mr. Yashovardhan Sovale, Vice President, Capgemini, thank you, sir, and Ms. Shagun Prakash, Partner Deloitte. On the dais, of course, our esteemed Director, Dean, esteemed professors, and the young professor, we just heard Professor Piyusha. So, not we will pronounce it Piyush. And after that, all the senior faculty members, including the Director General and the former Dean of School of Management, who is there. I tell you, I was in, I work very closely with Kumar, so we were part of the same team. And the entire team has been sitting here. Last almost 15 days, we were discussing about this concept. And I tell you, there was one common thing which we arrived every time when we sit and when we were sending you invites and managing the back and things, and most obviously Kumar. At the end of the day, we were feeling very elated, and we were at least living with the note that probably this could be one unique event if I have to collectively, cumulatively add the kind of knowledge as a part of this entire knowledge ecology in the data analytics or business analytics. Probably this is the far bigger one, probably. And Kumar was always saying me, Sharanjit, all the industry leaders are here, we need to ensure that probably we put up a good presence there. And our faculty members should meet them and we should discuss about what could be done jointly together. The reason is simple. We have been doing at least 7 to 8 conclaves in School of Management, but university-wise, at least not less than 100 events in a day. Today, I am sitting on 6 events. And I just dislodged all the 5 events. I am coming to this event because this is close to me. I said, rest of all you participate there, but I'll come here. We have the next door School of Rural Management, we are having a national conclave. So there has been a clash. I don't know. They didn't knew this date was been proposed. But anyways, why I brought this into and why I made this a point, and this is especially for the young minds who are sitting here. Again and again we will come back to you and will tell you to understand the importance of participating in such events. If you sum up the collective experience of the people who are here today on the dais, off the dais, especially in the segment in which you are today participating and you are going to hear from them, probably this could be one of the most fabulous panel ever been created or have been invited in the university. So I am extremely delighted, I am extremely thankful to Professor Kumar and team and Professor Suva and team that you have brought in some of the who's who in the business in this area. Now it is up to our young minds, our students who have to actually sit down and ensure that by law of the gravity, the knowledge osmosis happens from the higher potential to the lower potential. So I'm sure the LSIP modes and the other modes which has been planned will be very fruitful and you will be able to gather some information in this regard. I'll not speak much, which I could have. Professor Suva has covered few things. But KIT is one university which works very closely with corporate. And just to remind Madam who's been here from Deloitte, I mean yesterday, last 2 days, we have been spending time with Neeraj. So Neeraj was one of the managing directors with Deloitte earlier, now with Accenture. So the campus is so friendly where Neeraj has been connected since last 1.5 decades, one of the who's who of risk advisory, and now with the cyber vertical, the number 2 man in Accenture today. Over a period of time, we have become so close friends. There is one big event happening at KISS, along with the US Consulate Office, and few Americans have come from New York, representing United Nations and representing one of the universities in New York. I mean, we just dropped to him, sir, we wanted your couple of days here. He said, nothing like it. This is my second home. I'm coming here. So that is the kind of closed bonding which KIT actually forges with the corporates. And the reason is very simple. We are greedy in that sense, because as I just said, the osmosis of the knowledge has to happen from industry to academia. There has to be left shifts. And we have to admit that. We have been trained being a teacher. We might have spent some time in industry and again been teaching. But the way probably industry has been shaping up, the way the industry has been moving forward, the way the disruptions are happening, we cannot remain in silos. It has to be a triple helix, rather it has to be a quadra helix, where the society and people also has to come into picture as far as the innovations are concerned. So Gen AI or AI in that sense, if you look into the context, I think Ashu and everyone will agree. AI is since last 6 decades we have been talking about. We have been teaching smart systems in manufacturing since 90s. We've been talking about NCs and DNCs and SIMs of the world. It's not there, but that has been evolving. And evolving, which was a buzzword yesterday, is a in thing today. And probably which might be very futuristic down the line 5 years, may become an in thing very soon. And this is how the things are changing. So friends, I take this as an opportunity to give a call that you need to understand the nuisances of the disruptions happening, and especially if you want to have a career in corporate today, you just cannot think of shying away with AI and Gen AI for sure, or its applications or its platforms. Even in academia, we have been completely disrupted. Probably we are equally disrupted as industry, and probably with maybe AR, VR and MR coming in next 5 years, Ashu, this will be the most disrupted sector or a business, the education, in the next 10 years. Because then you will have avatars of Professor Kumar, and Professor Kumar sit in School of Management. Just imagine, sir, and then he is available 10 places in globe, and he in his own area, he will be the most cherished one who will be delivering the things. And the experience will be as good as like an analog experience. Now this is something which is going to come up. Everything is there on the platform, everything is there on the net. Today probably there is a bad bit of analog which cannot be replaced digitally. Still we are existing. The role of teachers are evolving, and it will evolve and it will change with the technology. I think the role of students will also change. The education everywhere, anywhere as a part of education fourth revolution is probably what we are witnessing. So God bless you all. Take the full advantage of the highest probably I can say distinguished panel which I have seen in last 15 years here as far as my knowledge goes. And I'm thankful to each one of you individually for coming to KIT, making the point and spending a time on the weekend. God bless you all. We look forward to have more dendritic associations with you so that ultimately we help our students and the students across maybe Bhubaneswar and Odisha and the society in general. Who knows, probably the one who you be mentoring may not be part of your company now, but he may or she may come and bump against you in 10 years of time and saying that, sir, you are my mentor, and probably this is how the things have been changing in my life. Thank you again, sir, for joining us, being part of the chief guest and being the keynote speaker. As I said, we look forward for having more deeper ties. Thank you, Ashu. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. As part of the conclave, we had organized Pan-India Pre-Conclave Business Analytics Simulation Contest named Sky Master for postgraduate students. The simulation game was developed by our own students. The competition was a huge success with 650 plus teams participating across India and globally, including students from prestigious institutions such as ISBs, IIMs, IITs, NITs, FMS, Liverpool University, Berlin School of Management, among others.
The winner of the competition was Team Kalinga from IIM Indore, and the members are Alamsati Ashish Kumar, Anurag Mukherjee, Harshita Borad. The first runners-up is Team Aeronauts from ISB Hyderabad, and the members are Amanjeet Singh, Bharat Agarwal, Gautam Atota. The second runners-up is Team Momentum from IIM Udaipur, and the members are Anamika Chakravorty, Pranjal Gagar. Please give a huge round of applause to the winners.
Before we move forward, let's sit back, enjoy the conclave video, Voice of Students, made by Optics, the Operation and Business Analytics Club of KIIT School of Management.
I want to welcome you all to the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave by KSOM, which is providing an excellent platform to its participants to learn and develop an understanding as well as to engage with real-life business scenarios using generative AI, providing insights on how businesses they interact they innovate as well as they engage with their customers.
Hello everyone, this is Nihar, MBA 1820 batch pass out. It is amazing to see that KSOM is hosting the 5th Business Analytics Conclave, diving deep into how GenAI is transforming the industries and preparing the students for real-world applications.
Well, generative AI can help businesses by automating creative tasks, improving customer support with chatbots, creating personalized marketing content, and leading to better efficiency and innovation.
So hello everyone, this is Team Kalinga. I'm Ashish and we have Anurag and Harshita with us.
And the thought of actually being able to crunch the numbers and get to some sort of actionable insight was obviously very fascinating. Like you see real-time outcomes of your decision.
Talking about the simulation, the inventory management thing was something that we will have to face in the real world if you're working for companies outside in the industry. And it was a very innovative way of making it a simulation, and it was very insightful at the end.
Myself, Amanjeet Singh. I am currently pursuing MBA from the Indian School of Business. So I recently had the opportunity to take part in Sky Master simulation organized by KEET School of Management in its National Business Analytics Conclave. I found the game to be very interesting, and the gameplay was very fluid. We learned how to manage inventory and other concepts in operations management such as strategic sourcing, supply development.
My name is Gautam Mathota, currently pursuing my MBA here at ISB. I found this game very interesting. It came at the right time for me. I could apply my learnings from the classroom right away, and it was engaging. The interface was also very good. The overall outlook was really good. Thank you so much for organizing this for us.
Hi, I'm Pranjal Viggar.
Hello, I'm Anamika Chakravarti.
Recently, we participated in a simulation game named Sky Master, which was an Aeroplex simulation game, and it was conducted by the Optics Storm Club. It was a great experience for us as we both love taking part in various simulations.
We had to make a lot of decisions in the simulation game, like not only inventory levels, but as well as like the critical, crucial parts that we had to fulfill. We fell short on a lot of points, but then we had to make some emergency decisions. The time crunch and the overall experience was very great.
Hope you all liked it. It is a true honor to welcome Mr. Aurobindananda, the co-founder and Chief Operating Officer of the Product Engineering Services at Happiest Minds Technologies, to deliver the keynote address for today's conclave. With over 30 years of rich IT experience, Mr. Nanda has been at the forefront of driving innovation, leading large-scale production development projects, and fostering a culture of excellence. As a leader, he has demonstrated an exceptional ability to blend entrepreneurial spirit with deep technological expertise, guiding both startups and established organizations towards profitable growth and customer satisfaction. Mr. Nanda's experience in technology management, IT strategy, P&L management, and business development, along with his passion for nurturing talent and delivering customer success, makes him the ideal person to inspire and guide us today. Sir, kindly deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Honorable Professor Dr. Saman Sir, in absence here. VC Dr. Saranjit Singh. Kumar, Director, Industrial Engineering. Professor Dr. Suvakanta Mahanti, Director KSOM. Dr. Sumita Misra, Professor Piyush Das, distinguished guests, and my dear students. I would first of all like to thank for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to speak on this all-pervasive topic about AI and Gen AI. Before I delve into this, let me try to paint a picture by moving forward in time, say a decade or ahead in advance, just to give you a perspective of what the world is going to become in my own vision. Fast forward to say 2030 or 2040. All of us will be living in a world where most likely we will have an AI companion, so to say, something which is kind of a buddy, so to say, with us, living together, invisible, and helping us, nudging us, rewarding us to do things or helping us to become a better person. Increasingly, as the world becomes more complex, learning and wellness are going to be two very important things. And as many of you would know, all of us learn in a very different manner, at a different speed, in different ways. It cannot be the same for everyone. And in my opinion, AI is going to, or this AI companion will figure out as to how we learn, what is the best way to learn, at what speed we learn, and help us do things that way. Similarly, if we look at from a business world, based on how we are taking care of ourselves, how we behave, how we learn, how we drive, the insurance is just one example how it will depend on. How is our medical insurance going to change? It all depends on how we take care of ourselves. It is not about just being physically active. It is also about all kind of wellnesses, be it your mental wellness, be it your physical wellness, be it your financial wellness, because they are all interdependent things. And in my opinion, all of these things will come together, and that is where the AI companion will help you being a better person. Now, if all this has to happen, and this is how the world is going to become, then it becomes very important and imperative for all of us to know today where we are, right? Many of us today wear smartwatches, smart rings, or many smart devices. It kind of captures a lot of data, a lot of information, and if we know how to use it, it hasn't reached a stage where it nudges us that much. But typically, if we know how to use it, we can help it to become a much better person. Personally, I am a runner, and I use such devices to make myself a better person in that regard. So that is just one part of it. And if you really look at what is the impact that is going to come, PwC today estimates that AI is going to be a 15.7 trillion US dollar business by 2030. And if that has to happen, a lot of changes has to happen. The world is going to change, and many of these changes will be done by leaders like you, which are sitting out here today in this room. Now, for that to happen, we need to understand, first of all, what Gen AI is. The next over 20-25 minutes, I'll try to explain what generative AI is and how it is impacting the business and what all we should be doing to help take advantage of this and make this world a better world. Now, generative AI is a subset of AI that can generate new or original content based on the data it has been trained on. And that's the reason why it is called generative AI. It generates new contents like text, images, code, music, art, and much more. So if you think of generative AI as a super advanced assistant that learns from a large amount of information from books, articles, images, and then uses that knowledge to create something new. Now, how does this learning happen? Now, a simple analogy could be is how do we teach a child? right? When you are teaching a child to say draw an image of a cat, you have to show them a few images of a cat. You get into details of what a whisker looks like, what a tail looks like, and what a paw looks like. And the more detail you get into it, the child learns to draw that image of the cat much better. Similarly, in generative AI, we need lots of data. The larger the data set, we train the models in a much better way. And depending on how much data we feed in, the learning happens much better. And hence, when we ask GenAI to create an image of a cat, it turns out to be much better from that perspective. Now, GenAI primarily uses three key technologies at a high level. It uses the neural network, which is the brain of the AI. Essentially, it is a computer model inspired by how our brain works. It mimics essentially our brain and helps AI make a decision. And then we have the GPT models, just essentially generative pre-trained transformers. And essentially the transformer can also fail. just to draw the analogy from the picture you just demonstrated. And these specialized AI models are then trained on content and use what they have learned to generate new content. And then there is a generation process. So when you give a prompt and you interact with the GenAI, right, based on the data it has been trained on, it will create something new from there. Now, to give you an example, so we have to ask GenAI to write a story on a superhero. Then here is how it would work. It will take the request and it searches all the training data that it has about three different things. It learns about what a superhero is, then it learns about or finds out what storytelling is all about and the characters. Now it then predicts that if I have to write a story on superhero, then I necessarily have to have a villain. Otherwise the hero cannot become a hero. And then the hero has to win, so there has to be an event. And then there has to be, the superhero has to be necessarily then a brave character. Now based on all these predictions, then it creates or looks at all the patterns that it has, all the rules that it has learned based on the data that has been provided, and then it generates a new story. And this new story is not a cut copy of multiple different things. It is essentially a new story that creates. Since it generates new things which never existed before, it is called generative AI. A good example of this, and these are actually happening today. I'm not sure how many would have seen a video called Masterpiece from Coca-Cola. What essentially Coca-Cola has done is, it has taken great artworks from across the world and kind of integrated AI augmented animation with it, with live action, and all these images from these artworks participate. And together with that, they have created a wonderful ad. So if folks haven't seen that, I would suggest go and check out this video called Masterpiece. Essentially, it was obviously done in collaboration with OpenAI, but it uses DALL-E 2, that's a generative image model, and ChatGPT. So this is how today GenAI is getting used, just as an example in the marketing and advertising world. So many of you would be familiar with a lot of GenAI tools. There are many, many of them, and as we discover, many more are coming out. ChatGPT is the most popular one for versatility, and that kind of generated a lot of interest in the common man because AI was always there. Knowingly or unknowingly, all of us have used it, right? If any of you have done e-commerce or shopped before, say in Flipkart or in Amazon, AI was always there nudging you to buy certain different things. If you use Netflix, you know how it suggests you to watch other videos based on your interest. It was always there before. DALL-E 3 is used for AI image generation. Many of you who are from engineering background would have heard about Copilot, GitHub Copilot, or Microsoft Azure Copilot, which helps us in coding these days. So there are many more tools like this, or say Beautiful.ai for automated presentation design elements. So there are many such tools like this. Now, knowing that GenAI is having these impacts, and given the topic of today's discussion, business and business analytics, let us see what kind of impact GenAI can have on business. If I have to broadly classify the impact, it has to be in 3 different categories. One is, of course, the revenue generation, what is, I say, the top line impact. Then, of course, there are cost and productivity improvements opportunities. Most often are not in business, or we call it the bottom line impact. And then there are, of course, risk opportunities wherein you can help use AI or Gen AI to prevent something from happening so that it helps you avoid costly mistakes. Now, if you have to look at the top line of the new revenue channels, product development or Gen AI is enabling many organizations to create new products. And some of these new things we saw in COVID, in the COVID-19 pandemic, which all of us are aware of, where many of us, or the worldwide, we did not know how to handle it. There was an AI platform called Benevolent AI, which kind of identified Barisnib, which was a drug originally developed for rheumatoid arthritis, as a potential for COVID-19 treatment. Now, how did it do it? Essentially, it went through, analyzed all the biomedical data, and predicted that this particular drug could inhibit viral entry into cells, and hence leading into a conclusion to be used in clinical trials. And it actually fast-tracked this particular drug for clinical trials. Similar things that can be done today or is being used is in drug discovery. Many of us who are from those industry would also know that we can use Gen AI to create new drugs. We can produce less toxic household cleaners, create new kind of fragrances, new kind of music, and many other things like that. If I have to talk about new revenue channels, yesterday, in fact, I was talking as to how this is being used to create newer stuff. Now, Nike is one example where they are using to analyze Gen AI to analyze customer data and helping create personalized shoes and designs for many different athletes and similar other people, and hence it is driving demands for its customized product. So it is creating essentially a new channel for business. Similarly, Stitch Fix is another personal styling service, and it uses Gen AI to predict fashion trends and create clothing designs for people. So that is also helping create a new kind of revenue channel. Now, if you have to talk about cost and productivity opportunities, essentially, if I have to look at my organization at Happiest Minds, we leverage Gen AI to help generate codes or understand code bases so that we can help or do things better and faster. So it is mostly like augmentation to our existing team members, wherein they use that to do their things better. We use it to draft and edit text, images, other medias also in our sales and marketing teams. A live example of how it has helped us was we were essentially recently trying to re-architect a particular platform, and as usual there was no documentation of the code that was available to us, no test cases available to us. And this is a live example. We kind of used an internal LLM which we had built, fed the code base to that, and it helped us understand the code much better. And leveraging that, we could figure out to a larger extent much better and faster, because otherwise going through that amount of code by individuals either would have taken a lot of time or we'd have to throw a lot of people at it to solve it. So this is just as an example how it can help improve the productivities. Already organizations are using Gen AI-based chatbots to help improve customer satisfaction and things like that. So there is a lot happening in this particular front. There are a lot of organizations which are also using GenAI to automate interviews, right? That's the easiest example of how things can happen. Or personality assessments, right, which can happen. And this is helping us speed up the hiring process, lowering recruitment costs and things like that. McKinsey, in fact, uses AI tools to help businesses redesign and optimize workflows. So you can use it to help improve processes. What used to be taking a 15 or 20-step process, you can actually use AI to minimize those processes, discover where things can be optimized. Another example, in one of our customers, we have built a tool is in the automotive segment, wherein we are helping minimize the waste generated in the manufacturing process by predicting the material that needs to be used more accurately, and hence cutting down on the material costs and improving sustainability. Now coming to the third opportunity where it can be used is more of risk opportunities, wherein we can predict and hence prevent certain things happening in future. I've seen Tesla using AI in its factories to automate quality control processes, allowing real-time defect detection and improving overall manufacturing efficiency. Similarly, Boeing uses it to test airplanes under various conditions, reducing the need for costly physical testing and improving design efficiency. We have built similar software. When I say we, I'm talking about the industry in general, where we can predict, say for example, how an elevator behaves and how we can help prevent the elevator malfunctioning and thereby saving a lot of costly or riskier opportunities. Another way to use it is to help improve our sustainability goals in the industry. There is a lot of focus on carbon emissions, carbon neutrality, and helping in general, making the world a lot greener. Google today uses AI to manage its data center cooling systems, and it kind of has yielded 40% reduction in their energy usage. So it goes a long way in terms of how GenAI can be used. There are examples like this, dime and a dozen, that we can use it. Now, while saying this, it's easy to come up with use cases for that, but almost all the businesses that we see today, how do we leverage some of this GenAI? Because you are already working on a platform, on an existing business that is already there. Now, weaving in GenAI into that is not an easy process. So if we have to reap the benefits of GenAI, then we have to take a very strategic approach in adapting in our existing businesses. Now, here are a few things that we need to keep in mind. Obviously, we have to identify the key use cases that will make a difference to our respective businesses. Of course, the easy ones are the customer support and process automation ones, which many of the organizations today are doing. But we have to look over and beyond that as to how we can make things happen. Now, if we have to use GenAI, we cannot bring in new GenAI tools and leave it at that. The adoption of those GenAI tools will depend largely on how it integrates into our existing tools and platforms that we use. So while we bring in the generic specific AI tools, we'll need to try to leverage what is existing already and not to reinvent them. Some of these could be using either the Google Cloud, or the AWS AI, or the Azure AI. And to begin with, we should look at starting with some pilot projects, right, which are easy ones where your organization could potentially implement it so that they can start believing in. Many times, the success of implementing a new stuff depends on having your team believe that you can actually benefit from it. Internally at Happiest Minds, we have implemented chatbots and a lot of searches which uses GenAI and has eliminated a lot of people dependency, be it in the IT function, be it in the HR function. So that goes a long way in having a buy-in from the people in doing things. focus on data quality and infrastructure. Like I mentioned before, the quality of GenAI or the output of GenAI depends on the amount of data that you are feeding into it. So AI thrives on data. Now, if you have to do it, believe on that, then you have to invest in data management tools to improve the quality of the data that we are feeding in. And hence you have to upgrade our storage, computing, and processing capabilities. Employee training and upskilling, a lot needs to be done in that front. So there should be a culture of experimentation. Open up usage of GenAI tools, make it available to your team members, and provide appropriate training. Given that AI uses a lot of data, there is also a fear as to how those data is getting used. There is a lot of personal data that gets in. So it is also important to ensure that AI is being used for ethical practices. So we need to adopt transparent and ethical AI practices. Another big concern around the AI is about the IPs and how do we prevent IP violations happening. So we need to take care of about that. And it has to be adopted as a long-term strategy to make it successful. Any technology, if you have to make it successful, take it easy, implement the easier ones, easier use cases, but it has to be taken on a long-term strategy perspective. While AI seems a big enabler for various business activities, and there is a lot of talk about it, it is also not very simple. There are a lot of challenges and implementation related issues. In fact, today I was reading an article in the morning today which talks about the potential disruptors where GenAI may not happen. GenAI is a costly affair. For every single transaction that you do today, it computes that does, it eats away a lot of energy needs today, and that is one of the larger problems that exist. So there is a lot of research going on today, and hence that it will definitely be resolved at some point of time to ensure, and hence the success of AI, GenAI will depend on how we minimize the energy that it takes today for the computational stuff. It also has issues with respect to biases. Almost all the data that exists today brings its own biases. And we have to be aware of that and continue to improving on the data without their biases, or which can lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes. As long as we are aware of it, we could kind of work today in eliminating some of those. Many times we do not know how AI data or how the data that we are providing to AI is going to be used, because there is a lot of personal information. And that is a big problem today with the big tech companies, and governments worldwide are kind of struggling or grappling with how to kind of limit what data is being captured by these larger organizations, and hence how they will restrict it. So there will be a lot of regulations and restrictions coming from various governments. There is already GDPR privacy rights in Europe. India is coming up with its own privacy related definitions. US already has its own, and it is only increasingly going to be becoming stricter and stricter. So it is important to understand how the legal landscape is evolving, and hence the need for businesses to stay compliant. Now, the generative AI or AI for that matter, is at a very early stage in terms of adoption and how it is getting used. But at the same time, it is changing very, very rapidly on a day-to-day basis. So as it expands and as it touches nearly every industry, we need to also keep an eye on what is the future of GenAI and how it is going to impact the businesses. As we talk, GenAI is becoming multimodal. Essentially, that means you can today query it using more than one input criteria. That is, you can use text or images or audios or videos, and hence it is becoming multimodal. There is a lot of personalization happening. There is also another trend that is happening where we are bringing in domain-specific models. Typically, when you work with large language models, it has the entire data of the world, and hence the time taken to query it, the time taken to build those models is huge. So there are domain-specific models that are getting created based on top of these large models. We are also creating models for organization-specific data, because you do not want your data to be out in the market to help prevent AI violations, or for that matter, losing your competitiveness to your competitors. Similarly, there are a lot of ethical concerns, like mentioned about bias, privacy, and hence responsible AI development remains a key focus as GenAI becomes more ingrained in our daily lives. So staying up to date on these trends will help businesses, developers, and individuals as well as consumers leverage GenAI while mitigating risks. Now, the relevance of AI, particularly generative AI, in today's business landscape is profound. So just to summarize, it is definitely a competitive advantage. Now, for businesses to succeed, if we do not adapt and embrace AI in general and GenAI in particular, we are going to lose our market share to our customers. And this is primarily because there is a global shift towards digital. And if we do not do that, it is going to be a problem. And it is also a fact that it will help us in real-time decision making, because we can extract a lot of information leveraging GenAI. So the faster we make decisions, it also helps us. It also unlocks new business models. So you can use AI, GenAI to innovate, and without innovation, again, businesses are going to die. So again, the adoption of GenAI is very, very important out there. It also enhances leadership capabilities because it is augmenting human intelligence, specifically in the HR function. We can leverage GenAI tools to figure out how we can analyze employee data, be it in terms of helping train people faster, in terms of eliminating attritions, creating more opportunities for our employees. There is also a thing to do creative collaboration to generate more new ideas, prototypes, creative marketing campaigns, creating faster prototypes and demonstrating it to our customers. So there are many such areas that we can leverage AI out there. Now, if we have to stand out as a leader today in this world, it requires a lot more than the traditional management skills, and hence AI will be a differentiator. So businesses that will use AI to innovate, automate, and personalize their offerings will definitely outpace their customers. So as future leaders, so all of you have opportunity to grow alongside this technology, learning the new skill that will make you invaluable in the workforce. And hence, by understanding AI, you are going to position yourself as a sought-after leader in any organizations, be it startups or be it Fortune 500 companies. And those of you who want to become entrepreneurs, and I'm sure many of you want to become entrepreneurs, AI opens a world of opportunities. Now, in today's startup ecosystem, innovation is the key, and AI is at the heart of that innovation. So if you understand AI and GenAI better, you can help build AI tools, or you can leverage these AI tools to come up with newer business models, identifying new market opportunities. And that will help streamline operations and even build entire AI-based products. So this will be a gateway to launching a cutting-edge business that can disrupt traditional industries. So we are standing at the edge of a new industrial revolution, the AI revolution. I have personally seen, or many of us in the room would have seen, how e-commerce disrupted the entire industry in 2000 when the dot-com started happening. Obviously, it will take time. It will completely transform. So you guys are fortunate enough to be riding that particular wave. So you can I would suggest that you embrace the power of Gen AI today and position yourself to lead the businesses and world of tomorrow. The world is yours to take. So wish you all the best and success ahead. Thank you. I hope it.
Thank you so much, sir, for your informative address. We will take the questions from the students later. Now, I request Professor Dr. Subhakanta Mohanty and Professor Dr. Sumita Mishra to please felicitate our keynote speaker, Mr. Aravinda Nanda.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Today, we have arranged an exclusive session for our MBA students, providing them with the opportunity to engage with distinguished corporate guests on specific themes. This event will be conducted as a large-scale interactive process. Our guests come from diverse backgrounds, bring a wealth of expertise to our discussion. Without further delay, let us extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests.
I request Professor Dr. Subhakanta Mohanty and Professor Dr. Sumita Mishra to felicitate our esteemed guests. I will be calling the guests in an alphabetical order. Mr. Amit Gupta, Vice President, Head of Wholesale Risk Analytics, Maastricht. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Amit Khanna, Partner, PwC. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Amitabh Das Mahapatra, Vice President, Engineering, Chubb. Sir, kindly come up on the stage. Mr. Anand Jaina, Managing Director, Productivity. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Ms. Anupriya Nayak, Senior Product Manager, Pando AI. Ma'am, can we have you on the stage?
I now request Professor Kumar Mohanty sir to please come up on the stage to felicitate our guests.
Mr. Manish Gupta, Vice President, Technology, Data and AI, Virsatech. Sir, kindly come up on the stage. Ms. Shagun Prakash, Partner, Deloitte. Ma'am, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Siddharth Dash, Head Procurement and Digital, Tata Steel. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Srinivas Lingam, CEO, Centrico India Private Limited. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Yashovardhan Sowale, Vice President, Capgemini. Sir, can we have you on the stage? Mr. Anshuman Das, Senior Director, Productivity. Sir, can we have you on the stage?
We also had Mr. Asutosh Chand, a senior managing partner with PwC, but unfortunately he's stuck up in a call. Amitji, can I request you to accept it on his behalf? Boys and girls, please give a big round for Mr. Asutosh Chand because he has been the person who has been instrumental in all the alliances that we've had, both for schools of technology and school of management. I will request Amitji to accept it on his behalf.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am. I request Professor Dr. Sumita Mishra, Dean, KIIT School of Management, to deliver the vote of thanks. Professor Mishra is an alumnus of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Ma'am, please.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, KIT Team to be University, Professor Saranjit Singh, esteemed keynote speaker, Shri Aurobindo Nanda, Chief Operating Officer, Happiest Minds, valued guests of our LSIP sessions, respected Vice President, KIT Team to be University, Mr. Samir Panda in absentia, respected Director, KIT School of Management, Professor Subhakant Mohanty, dear colleague, Professor Piyusha Das, and our respected Director, Industry Engagement and Faculty Development, Professor Kumar Mohanty, Dean of PBA Program, Professor Subhashish Ghosh, members of the CR team, faculty colleagues and dear students, a very, very good morning to all of us, and it is my pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on the occasion of the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave on the theme, Navigating Business Frontiers Through Generative AI. At the outset, I, on behalf of the school and the entire KSOM fraternity, express my deepest gratitude to our honorable founder, Kit and Case Professor Achyuta Samanta for his vision of industry-relevant, collaborative and inclusive education. I express my gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Saranjit Singh, for his relevant practical insights and guidance all through. My humble gratitude to our keynote speaker, Sri Aurobindo Nanda, for his perspectives and insightful take on the theme of the conclave. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence and engagement with our students and faculty alike. I express my gratitude to all of our LSIP speakers for their desire to facilitate such sessions and engage with our students. My gratitude to our Director, Industry Engagement, Professor Kumar Mohanty, and the entire CR team for a robust industry connect, and our contemporary business partner, who also is our knowledge partner for all such events. I thank our Director, KIT School of Management, Professor Subhakant Mohanty, for continual support and guidance. The backbone of organizing these conclaves is the convener, Professor Piyush Das, the coordinator, Professor Mohar Biswas, and the faculty and the student organizing team led by the Student Club Optics. Thank you very much. I thank our Deputy Registrar, Mr. Samavesh Naik, and his team for a seamless logistics support. And last but not the least, the conclaves are only successful when the participation and the curiosity of the students is generated. Thank you for being the audience that you are. I wish the 5th National Business Analytics Conclave the very best, and I hope for a very, very fruitful and engaging session for the entirety of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we come to an end of the inaugural part of the conclave. All the licenses are requested to accompany the guest to respective LSIP rooms, and the first year MBA students are requested to be seated. The LSIP sessions will start in their respective venues in 10 minutes. Thank you all.